Bournemouth vs Man City, data analysis, team news and probable lineups, score analysis, Premier League, game week 26. Team news and probable lineups. Bournemouth vs Manchester City team news. As the Cherries prepare to host Manchester City, they are optimistic about the potential return of Ramon Favre, who has been sidelined due to illness. Favre's presence would undoubtedly bolster Bournemouth's midfield and provide additional creativity in the attacking third. However, Bournemouth will be without the services of Philip Billing, who is serving a suspension, adding to the challenges for Eddie Howe's side. Additionally, the absence of key players like Max Aarons, Ryan Fredericks, and Tyler Adams due to long-term injuries presents further obstacles for the Cherries to overcome. On the other side, Manchester City's squad management involves careful monitoring of several players dealing with various fitness issues. Jack Grealish and Josko Gvardiol have been sidelined recently due to ongoing concerns, and their availability for the upcoming match remains uncertain pending further assessment. One of City's star players, Kevin De Bruyne, is also under close observation to prevent any recurrence or aggravation of the hamstring injury that plagued him on 2 occasions last year. The team's medical staff is taking a cautious approach to ensure De Bruyne's fitness and minimize the risk of re-injury, highlighting the importance of managing his workload effectively. Overall, both teams are navigating their respective injury concerns and fitness issues as they prepare for this crucial encounter. The availability of key players could significantly influence the outcome of the match, adding an element of unpredictability to the proceedings. As the match approaches, both Bournemouth and Manchester City will be hoping for positive updates on the fitness of their respective squad members to field the strongest possible lineup for this important fixture. Data analysis. In matches between AFC Bournemouth and Manchester City, the most common result is 0-4, with 4 matches ending with this scoreline. During the last 6 meetings with AFC Bournemouth playing at home, AFC Bournemouth has failed to secure a win, while Manchester City has emerged victorious in all 6 encounters. The goal difference heavily favors Manchester City at 16-3. In the last 14 meetings overall, AFC Bournemouth has not won a single match, with Manchester City winning all 14 encounters. The goal difference significantly favors Manchester City at 46-8. Last season, Manchester City won both games against AFC Bournemouth, 4-0 at home and 4-1 away. Currently, Manchester City is on a winning streak of 6 matches in the Premier League. Did you know that AFC Bournemouth scores 24% of their goals between the minutes 46 to 60, which is the highest percentage in the league? Meanwhile, Manchester City scores 23% of their goals between the minutes 76 to 90. AFC Bournemouth hasn't won in their last 4 games, whereas Manchester City is on an impressive winning streak of 11 matches and hasn't lost in their last 15 games. Furthermore, Manchester City has a winning streak of 7 matches away from home. AFC Bournemouth has failed to win any of their last 14 games against Manchester City. Additionally, AFC Bournemouth hasn't scored in 4 out of their 11 home matches in the Premier League this season, while Manchester City hasn't scored in 2 out of their 12 away matches. Dominic Solanke is AFC Bournemouth's top scorer with 14 goals, while Erling Haaland has scored 16 times for Manchester City. Marcus Tavernier has assisted the most goals for AFC Bournemouth with 4 assists, while Phil Foden is Manchester City's top assister with 7 assists. Marco Senesi has received the most yellow cards, 7, for AFC Bournemouth, while Rodri has collected 7 yellow cards for Manchester City. Both teams have maintained a streak of scoring at least 1 goal in consecutive matches, with AFC Bournemouth scoring in their last 5 matches and Manchester City scoring in their last 15 matches. In terms of halftime performance, AFC Bournemouth wins the first half in 28% of their matches, while Manchester City dominates with 53% of matches won in the first half. The winner of their last meeting was Manchester City, who won by 5 goals. When AFC Bournemouth leads 1-0 at home, they win in 72% of their matches, while Manchester City wins 85% of their matches when leading 0-1 away. In the Premier League, Manchester City has displayed better performance than AFC Bournemouth, and their performance in the last 5 matches is also superior. Manchester City has lost none of their last 5 games against AFC Bournemouth in all competitions. In the last 5 meetings between the two teams, Manchester City has emerged victorious in all 5 matches, with no draws. Moreover, Manchester City hasn't lost any of their last 5 Premier League games against AFC Bournemouth, while AFC Bournemouth hasn't won any of their last 5 Premier League games against Manchester City. On average, AFC Bournemouth scores 0.8 goals per match against Manchester City, while Manchester City scores 3.6 goals against AFC Bournemouth. The average number of goals in meetings between AFC Bournemouth and Manchester City is 4.4, with an average of 2.6 goals scored in the first half. When playing at home, AFC Bournemouth scores an average of 1.44 goals, while Manchester City scores an average of 2.26 goals when playing away. Both teams haven't won any of their recent meetings. Score analysis. Based on the analysis of the team's performance and individual player statistics, the most likely outcome of this match is a Bournemouth victory with a probability of 14.25%. Manchester City is favored to win with a probability of 68.37%, and a draw has a likelihood of 17.37%. The most probable scoreline for a Manchester City victory is 2-1, with a probability of 9.5%. Following this, the scores of 2-0, 9.1%, and 3-1, 7.79%, are the next most likely outcomes for a Manchester City win. The most likely scoreline for a Bournemouth win is 2-1, 4.04%, while the most probable draw is 1-1, 7.73%.